You crawled your way back from hell and became a vampire in the process? Could you imagine, like, like if I did my lore video, like, yeah, I went to hell and then, I don't know, I just came back and I don't fucking know, I'm a vampire now. That's your whole lore? Yeah, I'm just fucking, I don't know, just kind of felt like it. My lore up to this point has just been a meme because I didn't know that VTubers were supposed to have lore, and I did a collab with somebody and they asked me, what's your lore? And I said, what the fuck? What do you mean, my lore? They're like, yeah, you know, you gotta have lore to your character. I was like, I just want to be sexy. I just want to be a sexy, cute little bastard. Do you have lore? So I was born in 969 AD. My dad was the king at the time, and our old friend, his name was Lord Traff. Don't ever spell his name backwards. Now, in the night, Lord Traff betrayed us, killed my father, and killed me. So when I was killed, I got sent to hell because I did like a lot of butt stuff. Where I'm from back in the day, like medieval religious stuff, butt stuff, not good. You know, like when you went to Sunday school and they said butt stuff, well, you're going to hell. They're not joking. I was a good guy, but no, I dabbled in the booty. I was making poop stains. Now, because of that, I got sent to hell. And down in hell, I mean, it sucked. Hot, smells like shit, nothing on TV. The TV was just a fucking channel where there was so much static to where you could kind of see what's happening, but you couldn't see enough to know exactly what was going on, which is arguably worse than having no TV at all. Well, that's why they call it hell. Now, I wasn't enjoying my time in hell. I wanted to get back to my castle, avenge my father, kill Lord Traff, fart in his stupid little face. Now, down in hell, I don't know if you guys have been, but down in hell, they have like a gaming convention, and it's every 500 years they have this gaming convention. It's like the one thing that everybody looks forward to down in hell. There's this thing where they have this Tetris tournament and you have to play against Satan. Now, whoever wins, and nobody has ever done it before because for some reason Satan's really good at Tetris. Now, whoever wins gets one wish, but it's like one of those, what's that thing called where you get a wish but you're kind of cursed? It's like that. So in the years leading up, I don't really have anything to do down there. I mean, hell's not that bad. You're not like doing work. You're just kind of chilling. It's kind of like when your mom is like at the store and you just kind of have to chill and like wait for her to finish shopping for like a bunch of clothes. Again, that's why they call it hell. But they boosted us some Tetris consoles so we could practice. Now, a lot of those guys down there in hell were pretty good because they had been there longer than I had. You know, they've already been to the tournament before, so they've been practicing for 1,000 years, 2,000 years. If you guys know Vlad the Impaler, well, he was kind of like the Giga Chad of Tetris down there. No one could beat him. Everyone thought that he was the guy that was gonna finally beat Satan for all of eternity, dude. No one's ever done it. Everyone thought that Vlad was gonna do it. Now, I had been practicing in the shadows like pretty hard. I would wake up early, practice. I'd practice sitting on lava. I'd practice sitting on a stalagmite, you know, those spiky things in caves. They had so many of those down in hell. I would sit on top of one, just like on the point, just to add a little pressure. And I would do this, I mean, I did this for about 100 years straight, every day. So this guy, you know, Jared, I was trying to think of the worst person I could think of, like somebody that would be down in hell. And for some reason, I thought of Jared from Subway, just because he's such a fucking piece of shit. And I don't know if you guys know how hell works, but your soul is down in hell, not your body. So even if you're not dead yet, it's already been decided by fate. Now, Jared, he would come by and watch me play Tetris, and he would always be eating a Subway sandwich. Okay, I didn't realize this, but he would be writing notes with mustard on his bologna sandwiches about my strategy for playing Tetris. Because you know what? He was working for Vlad the Impaler. These motherfuckers, dude, realized that I was rising through the ranks and they wanted to take me down. Now, what happens next is gonna shock you. I wake up one day, I'm booting up my Tetris. You know, like in hell, you get your own room, but it's not like a room that you'd think. It'd be like a hell room. And my room was the gas station bathroom on Belmont Avenue in Chicago that always smells like puke and shit and piss. That was my room. Vlad kicks open my door and he's with a group of people, and Vlad picks me up by my throat, dude, puts his big, masculine, veiny, pale hand against my throat and says, "Tonight we dine in the heavens." Vlad took me to this, I've never even seen anything like it, dude. He took me to this palace. Now, how you got down there was, it was like a spire, like a giant spire of rocks, like intertwined. But when you got closer, the spires, they kind of disappeared. It was like an illusion. It was as tall as like the Empire State Building and as wide as a football field. It had a giant like neon penis like sign on the top, and it was like a blinking Vlad the Impaler. It was the longest wiener I've ever seen. Now, when we got inside of this palace, I opened the door and there's there's stripper poles everywhere. There's hot ladies, there's hot dudes, little guys, like little men, like dwarves, wrapped up in like toilet paper, like little mummy, buff, sexy men. Buff as shit, but small as hell. They're running around slapping each other's ass. And there's hot strippers. Some got 3 tits. Some got 1 tit. Some of these strippers are literally just a pair of tits. Just 2 giant tits walking around with legs. No face, no nothing. I don't even know how they breathe. I didn't get a chance to ask them on account of they don't even have fucking mouths to talk, dude. Nah, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. And they're playing that one song, dude. Do you know this song? They're playing... Now I'm walking through, there's 8 fucking levels of just stripper poles and debauchery. I'm pretty sure if you breathed in the air wrong, you'd catch something irreversible. There's like butlers walking around in suits, but their suits is just painted on their naked bodies, and they're carrying around drinks. It was just a bunch of like Corona bottles, you know, with the tops cut off. Did they have Capri Sun? No, they had drinks. They had like, you know, like soda pop and milk, but it was all the off-brand stuff. So instead of Capri Sun, they had shit called like citrus breeze, and it came in the same pouch as a Capri Sun, but it wasn't the same thing, you know. And they had milk. You could get milk, but it wasn't milk. It was called malk. Well, to tell you the truth, I wasn't brave enough to try that. They had Coke, like Coca-Cola, but it wasn't called Coke. It was called, well, cock. And that one I did drink. Yeah, I did drink that one. Now I'm just trying to keep to myself, right? Stay cool, stay calm. We take this elevator, right? Now it's hell, so the only way to power it is they have like these little step machines, you know, like when you go to a gym, they have step machines. So the only way to power it is to, well, walk the steps. I don't really know what the point of that one was. We get up to the 70th floor, all the way up, man. I walk out of the elevator. I drop down a floor. There's no fucking floor on the 70th floor. It was another illusion, dude. Now I land on my ass. Vlad lands on his 2 feet. I look up at him. I say, dude, what the fuck? He just says, that was pretty cool, right? And then he has his finger pointed out. He points over to the floor number, and I look over and it says 69. I look up at Vlad and I say, nice. He looks back at me and he says, nice. Then Jared drops down right after Vlad. Nice. We all look at each other, count to 3, and we all say in unison, nice. Now Vlad takes me to his office. Now I want to know what the fuck is going on. Why am I here? Why'd he bring me here? He takes me into his office. He has one of those cool like leather chairs and a big like oak desk. You know how like when you go into your boss's office, they have cool like inspirational pictures with like whales jumping out of the ocean with like some cheesy quote like never stop believing. Well, Vlad just had a picture of a butthole, and the quote underneath the picture was, this is a butthole. So Vlad sits down on his leather chair, puts his feet up on the desk, and he says, welcome to my office. Now behind Vlad are these huge like bay windows, and because we're up on the 69th floor, I mean, you can see everything. Lakes of fire, giant rock formations, ash that's falling down like snow. There's a bird shit paradise down in hell too, where it's like a walkway. It's like a beautiful walkway, but it's just a bunch of birds on telephone wires. Like the newbies in hell, it's kind of like the thing, like it's like, oh yeah, you know, we have this really beautiful part of hell. It's this walkway, it's this park. Just go check it out, man, and go relax. And they walk down, but it's just a bunch of birds, and they just shit all over them. And so you could see that up from his office. You could see like down below. So we're just kind of watching all the newbies walk down through that path and getting shit on, and that was pretty cool. I look at Vlad and I ask him, dude, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are we here? And Vlad says, this is my palace. You know, I came into hell with a lot of money. A lot of people have invested in this place. It's like a club in hell. And I was thinking, what the fuck? You know, what's it made out of? Because this place is solid. And as I was thinking this, man, I was looking at the walls a little bit. I looked deeper in the walls and I realized, this is just fucking Legos. You built this place out of Legos? And Vlad says, yeah, dude. You know all those Legos? They get thrown out on the floor and you step on them and then the parents throw them out. They cause an infinite amount of pain. That's these Legos. And Vlad looks at me. He puts his feet off the table down, leans in. He says, I want you to join us. We're going to build a palace so big we overtake hell. We overtake Satan. I might have done some butt stuff when I was back on Earth, but I'm not an evil guy. I put my hand on the table. Before I say anything, Vlad looks at me and he said, Aethel, let's stack these blocks and build the biggest palace anyone has ever seen. What an offer, but I can't do it. So I put my other hand on the table and I looked Vlad in his eyes and I said, the only blocks I'm stacking are in Tetris, you sick fuck. And I pull out this Glock that I kept in my fucking waistband because you know I stay strapped with the glizzy.
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me.
I pop one in Jared. This is in Minecraft, by the way. Pop one in Jared. He starts shooting mustard out of his fucking chest and it gets in my eyes. Dude, I can't see shit. I fucking pull out this katana out of my back and I start swinging, but I'm blind and I haven't trained blind in a few years, so I don't really know what I'm swinging at, man. Next thing I know, I get clobbered over the head, man. It was the fucking plank from Ed, Ed, and Eddie, dude. Yep, that thing's in hell, dude. Next thing I know, dude, I wake up. I'm still blind, but I feel shackles on my wrists, on my legs. I'm starting to scream now. Where am I? I feel a hand on my shoulder. It's the same hand that grabbed my neck. It's Vlad. He does that weird thing that your friends do sometimes where they like hug you from behind, but it's like a little bit too long. One hand is like kind of like on your nipple, and it's like you can't really like talk to them properly because they're behind you, so you kind of like turn your head a little bit, but if you turn your head too far, it's kind of like you're kissing them, and it's just really fucking awkward. And I said, dude, what are you doing? Why am I in chains? I can't even see. And he said, it's time we settle this. I might be hell's most powerful man, but I am a man of honor, and I can't kill you unless I know I'm stronger than you in Tetris. So we're gonna play for your life. If you beat me in Tetris, I'll let you go. If I beat you, I kill you where you stand. And I said, dude, I still got fucking mustard in my ear from fucking Jared Fogle. I can't see shit. How do you expect me to play fucking Tetris? This is bullshit, Vlad. Dude, this is stupid. And then all of a sudden, dude, as I'm saying that, you know, like how in Star Wars where like Yoda shows up and like kind of guides him like as a phantom? Well, that happens for me, but it's like in my mind, and it's Pikachu, and he's just shooting like a 3-pointer in basketball. You know, he's all like blue and like a phantom, and it's Pikachu. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden, Pikachu stops, and I notice he's got a blindfold on. Pikachu turns towards me and he says, dude, fuck that guy, man. You got this. All right. And then he fades away and hits a jumper. So I snap out of it and I say, all right, Vlad, I'll play you, sick fuck. I don't even need to see. Now Vlad hands me a controller, and what I hadn't realized is that I had been practicing so much that I really didn't need my eyes, man. It didn't matter how much mustard was wrapped up in my retinas, dude. And I won't go into the details of how the match went, but I leaned back in my chair with my NES controller, and that one Enya song started playing. You know, the one that goes like, Who can save? I didn't even know what score he got, but I know I won because I can hear his body turn to ash. The power of Tetris and how much he had invested into this game, his body crumbled before me. As his power dripped away from his soul, so did the chains around my wrists, and I was free. Now I still couldn't see, and then all of a sudden I had that one thing from That's So Raven where she like looks to the right and like zooms into her eye and she can like see the future. That happened to me, and I went into my mind, and it was Pikachu again. What are you doing? And I look a little closer. You know, when we were back at the palace, those two-tit ladies and those buff little mummy guys? Yeah, he was raw dogging both of them. Huh? And he stops, man. I'll never forget this, man. He stops and he looks over and he's like, look at your pockets, man. I reach in and I feel something, and he's just like, just use that, man. Thanks, Pikachu. Yeah, no worries. It was a bottle of Fiji river water, and I poured it all over my eyes, and instantly I could see again. And I was free, man. I knew I was ready. I knew I could take on Satan this year in the HellCon Tetris tournament, and that's what I did. We had a good Tetris tournament. They took their loss like a champ. They just said, oh shit, hey, you're pretty good. And I asked for my one wish, and they granted it to me, and that was to come back and get my castle. Now the monkey paw part of the wish is now that I'm undying. I'm cool with not being able to die until the sun explodes, because there's not gonna be any Earth anymore, and I'm just gonna be chilling in space. That's gonna suck. But until then, man, I'm just gonna be chilling until then. But they granted me my wish. I said my goodbyes, and Satan said, you know what? I'm gonna come by the castle. You know, you seem like a chill guy. You know, maybe we'll play some games some other time. And I said, hell yeah, S-Dog. And then I just floated and drifted off into space. And you know what song was playing? Now, I've played a lot of Tetris. I've seen a lot of things that go really fast, but nothing compares to how fast this guy was speaking. It was like otherworldly. It was almost like he was trying to sell me something and trying to get the highest price for it. Now, what was he selling me? I don't know. Can't even understand him. Now, I laid my eyes back into my head and I put my arms out just like Christ, and I rose, dude. And as I was rising, I heard it even louder. Now I'm here, dude. Now I'm back in my castle. Life is good. We ain't dying anytime soon. We're live and alive, breathing, living, sipping, fucking, sucking. You name it, we're doing it, baby.